absolutely awesome.
If a genie granted me 3 wishes, I'd wish for 1,000,000 more wishes. Because everybody knows wishes cannot last that long. My second wish is I wish that I had all the money in the world. Because my money is running low. Too bad poor people get it back and they get some free money. That's called stealing. My third wish is to have all the different types of food that I like. Because parents sometimes say that you cannot have that food tonight. Bummer. Anyways, those foods may be really tasty, but they may be really unhealthy. In that pesky place, you should add some mushrooms to it, like some broccoli. Try to persuade them, and that's the 3 wishes. First, get 1,000,000 more wishes. Second, have all the money in the world, and third, have all the different types of food.
Great job. Who said they couldn't talk?
Good job.
Give them an opportunity, they will talk you to death. Okay, the next contestant will be Richard the Reputable. Richard the Reputable. Put hands together for Richard Reputable. All right. The genie popped out of the bottle and will grant you 3 wishes. What will those 3 wishes be and why? Big hand for Richard the Reputable.
Well, my first wish would be to have half of the money in the world. Because I'm very generous. No, I'm kidding. I'm really greedy. But the reason why I would only want half is because if I took all of it, then the government couldn't make the money any value, and then I would just have a bunch of paper. And with half of the money in the world, I would probably build a spaceship, a tower, give a bunch to the poor and homeless, and with the spaceship, I would go to Mars. Just because I felt like it. And with a homeless shelter, or giving money to the homeless, that's because I feel like it. And with the second wish, I would wish for my sister to stop being annoying. With my sister stop ruining my life, my life would be a lot better. And with my final wish, I would wish for 1,000,000,000,000 more wishes. Because then I would never run out of wishes. And if a genie popped out of a lamp and granted me 3 wishes, I would wish for 1,000,000,000,000 wishes, half of the money up in the world, and for my sister to stop annoying me.
Now your sister wants to join the public speaking group, so she can give you the formal revenge. You never know, right? Public speaking becomes the platform for sibling rivalry. All right, Coach Alice is starting the domestic wars. Okay, our final impromptu contestant, speech contestant, that'll be Michele the Marvelous. Put hands together for Michele the Marvelous. The genie popped out of the bottle and will grant you 3 wishes. What 3 wishes would you like to have and why? Big hand for Michele the Marvelous.
Okay, well that's a great question, Coach Alice. And if a genie came out of a cup and told me I had 3 wishes, well, my first wish would be to have $1 million so that I can help more people. And with this $1 million, I would also do 3 things. First, I would help myself. So I'd take a team of scientists and I would get them to find a vaccine for all the mosquito bites in the world. This would also help with children in Africa because they can stop malaria. Next, I would like to help the people who have helped me, which are my family and all of my friends. In order to help them, I would set up a Tiger Mom rehabilitation. I would use this facility to develop well-rounded Asian children. And lastly, I would help all the homeless animals who have been discarded by their owners because I feel bad for them. And my second wish would be to have the superpower to give anybody else in the world a superpower. Because it wouldn't really be fair if I had something special and no one else did. My third wish would be to have wishes at any time I wanted them. And I would accomplish more things. I would strive to help other people, but I would also strive to make the world a better place. So that's all I have to say. So 1, get $1 million. 2 is like, sorry. I need a moment to think. So 1, I want to be able to get $1 million and Tiger Mom rehabilitation facility and all those other things I mentioned earlier. 2, I want to be able to have a superpower to give anyone else in the world a superpower. And 3, any wishes at any time I want them. So that's all. Thank you.
Wow, that's a tough competition. I'm glad I'm not the judge. So one last round of applause for all our wonderful contestants. Well, the judges are collecting the ballots. Yanni and Annie are collecting all the ballots. I'm going to invite all the contestants back to the front and we will have the final question for you. All of you, please stand up and line up here. Hey! All right. So, what, 1 month ago, these were supposed to be shy kids. 1 month later, they are stand-up comedians. So, ladies and gentlemen, put our hands together for your very excellent children. All right, so all the judges were collecting the ballots to find the final winners. What we're going to do, our exercise. Remember, we're supposed to do this in the beginning, but a lot of contestants were late. So we're going to start, remember, any speakers? Remember our chants? Our team chants? Right? Any leaders? Any, right? The first one is speak, exactly, read, and then we're going to repeat that. Right? Okay. All right. Any speakers in the house?
We shall speak.
We shall see. And hand. Any leaders in the house?
We shall read.
We shall lead. Any super team in the house?
We create legends. Let legends soar.
Any legend in the house? We are the leaders, changing the world. We are the future presidents. And then 1, 2. We're going to introduce you one more time so the judges can relate, okay? So, welcome. I am your impact coach, Alice.
I am Sylvia the Sagacious.
Step 1 foot.
I'm Catherine the Courageous.
I'm Michele the Marvelous.
I'm Emily the Excellent.
I'm Vivian the Victorious.
I'm Sarah the Splendid. I'm Helen the Hilarious. I'm Morgan the Marvelous. I'm Sophia the Splendid.
I'm Richard the Reputable.
I'm Adam the Awesome.
I'm Kevin the Courageous.
I'm Iris the Inspiring. I'm Elizabeth the Elegant.
And 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3. We will rock you. All right. The chief judge gives me signal that all the paperwork is done for the trophies and everything. We're gonna continue to ask you a question. So, 1 or 2 things you learned. Some of you want to talk, you can just step forward. What do you think about the contest and why you did the contest? You can tell the truth, your mom sent you up. Sure. All right, Adam. What do I do? So, what made you give a speech? What do you think about your speech or contest?
I think my mom made me go here.
Are you happy she did?
Sort of.
He's not convinced. We need to set him up for another 5 months.
Okay, I'm fine with going here.
Yeah, let's do it next week.
All right, thank you, Adam. All right. So what do you think about, what did you learn from the speech class? How about that? What did you learn? What have you learned? The next person? Julia.
I learned how to speak in front of people.
All right. Next. Yes, step.
I learned a lot of techniques and skills about how to project your voice and how to be confident in front of a large group.
All right.
I learned to conquer my fears.
Great.
Well, I learned not to make weird positions like crossing it.
Great.
I learned how to think on my feet, and I learned about tiger moms.
I learned to have lots of eye contact when speaking with other people.
Great.
I learned not to be shy.
I learned that you don't always stare at your paper when you're speaking and you don't fish it around.
Very good.
I learned to not put the paper in your face. I learned that making mistakes is okay.
I learned that speaking wasn't impossible.
I learned that you have to connect with the audience or else nobody will like you.
Morgan? Okay, Elizabeth. What have you learned, Elizabeth?
I learned a lot of things.
Very good. Do not swing on your feet. Okay, great.
I learned to take eye contact with your audience.
All right, great. All right, thank you. Thank you. One more big round for our wonderful contestant. Vivian.
I also learned to follow your dreams.
All right. Gentlemen, please be seated. I know it's more than a speech contest, the celebration of achievement, accomplishment, and overcoming your fears. And we do have a couple of recognitions while I'm waiting for the final results of the contest. You know, we started this, I believe I was hunted down by a couple of tiger moms. And then we just started very quickly. There are a lot of things happening in between. We won't give you all the details, but I want to recognize two special students out of our groups. And of course, there are different levels of speaking. Each one of these kids, I believe most of the kids have accomplished 10 speeches. And but if you finish your first speech, you get the Speech Warrior white belt accomplishment. And then when you finish 20 speeches, cumulatively, you get the Speech Warrior green belt. And of course, with 100 speeches, that's your first degree black belt in public speaking. And there are only 10 degrees, so you will spend the rest of your life stuck with me doing speech classes. All right, just joke aside, I want to invite I know a lot of the students already accomplished that, but I did not get your parents to email me back how many speeches you've given. So our next contest is with Wei Na 老师 in the Wei Na's studio in December. We'll recognize you with, hopefully by then you will have 20 speeches by then. We will recognize you. But today we have two students I want to celebrate and recognize. Our first person will be Julia the Judicious. Big hands together for Julia. Julia accomplished 10 speeches with the family, with songs, with the poems, with the speeches. So my what do you call my certificate? Melody, Miss Melody. Yeah. Right, you have the certificate for the white belt, but that's okay. You're gonna all come back. We'll give you the certificate. Just tell us a couple of things. What motivated you to write all those 10 speeches?
My mom.
So, but what do you feel about all your accomplishments so far?
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. It's not as scary as it used to be. Great. Well, I try not to annoy me, okay? I'm sitting next to you. All right, big hand for Julia. All right, the green belt, the only person who accomplished 20 speeches. Guess what she did last night? 3 speeches. She was like, come on, can I cram in for 3 speeches? Okay, that will be Lucy the Lustrous. Big hand for Lucy the Lustrous. Lucy was also the winner for humor speech contest last time. So tell us what you've learned, the benefits of public speaking, and everything that you learned. So go ahead.
Well, one thing that I learned is that to always have eye contact with your audience and be confident when you go on stage. And don't mess around with your clothes or anything like that. And I also learned that if you invite your friends over to watch you, they make weird faces at you. And I learned that making speeches isn't always that boring because sometimes you do it with your friends, like I did with Kelly 5 times about. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Certificate, okay, once we have the final count. Now, we also have about a panel of 10 judges today from all walks of life. We have published authors like Mr. Satterson. We also have another published author, Miss Toni, who is also a general manager at the Swim Kit. We have entrepreneurs like Susan and Steve. Wave your hands. And we also have Lillian, who left early, who is also a woman owning her own business. Paulette teaching in DC, and Jenny, I only met her. This is the second time she got roped in to be the judge, just because we have a great platform. My chiropractor person recommended her. I met her. And she used to teach public speaking at a private school. And we have my friend, Trey Xiao, got roped in the last minute to be the judge. And anybody I missed. Of course, our distinguished Toastmaster, Mr. Edmund Joe, and our Chief Judge, Advanced Toastmaster Mike, Coach Mike, wave your hand. Oh, he's busy with and then Paulette, wave your hand from DC. And out of all these people, inspiration, I want to tell you one person who inspires me the most every single day. This man, do you think I'm pretty inspirational? Yeah? Right? I can bribe you to say that. And I have your children. And but this person his inspiration level, I have to add 10 zeros after him with 10 zeros. I don't know what that number is. 10 million, a billion 10 billion times more inspirational than I am. This is my dear friend, Clarence McGillen. Big hand for Clarence. Most of you do not know his stories, but if somebody writes his story, he is an extremely inspirational person, a warrior. He's the one who makes me always check my list at night. Am I inspirational tonight compared to parents? I need to do more. Okay. All right. And then it looks like our judges, our chief judge is still working. I want to invite one more minute. I want to invite my dear friend, Miss Toni, to just make a comment about our contest. Big hand for Miss Toni.
So my name is Toni McGillen. As she shared, my life story, without going into too much detail, is what you don't know is I'm actually Chinese, but I'm actually American. Because I didn't know I had so many family that was part of the Chinese culture. I grew up here in the States at Arizona State. I actually graduated with my engineering degree. See, Chinese. I got a full academic scholarship. I won a lot of leadership positions. And the reason I'm here is obviously my dear friend Alice, but I'm here to celebrate what professional and public speaking allows for. I think it's one of the very few tools that are unseen. It's something that people, you don't have necessarily classes that you take at school, necessarily. They're starting to do more of that. But I think it's one of those things that the best thing in your life that you possibly have is you. Let me say that again. The best thing in your life that you will ever have is you. And if you don't know how to speak, if you don't know how to face your fears, if you don't know how to step forward and speak that voice that only you represent, I believe in God, so I believe that God gave you here. And if you don't open your mouth and you don't write those words and you don't say it out loud, nobody's going to know who you are. And it's not about knowing you. It's about representing a point of view that this world has that nobody else sees but you. So that's why you're here. Alice, I think, is the manifest of what you get to see. Here's a beautiful woman, passionate mother, passionate wife, passionate businesswoman, loves with passion the ability to express herself. She breaks the paradigm of what we know.
About Chinese?
About Chinese, about being a mother, about all of it, right? So for me, this is a gift that not only is she providing in terms of a service, but it's something that is going to touch and reach beyond what you can even imagine. It's not just going to happen here in this room. It's going to be that one person that you said something to, that they then share that story with someone else. And to have the courage that it took to do what they did today, there's no measurement of what that is. There's no trophy that you can give. So please, all of you, each and every one of you, know with your heart, what's the most important thing you have?
Me.
You. That's it. Alice, thank you for teaching and allowing this service to be available for them. It's priceless. I love you.
So that's the power of public speaking. I just told her literally 2 minutes ago, you're gonna speak. So if you're hanging around me, you're always gonna give a speech, whether you're ready or not. So just get ready. Oh, I just roped my other best friend, Susan, said, hey, you're gonna be the next one to speak? She said, really? I said, yes, you're speaking. All right, put hands together for Susan. She's been my Chinese twin or Uganda twin for the last, 10 years. We did public speaking many, many times together. So take it away, Sue.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. First of all, please, another round of applause for you guys. I thought you were hilarious. I hate traffic, too. And that's right, when Alice said Susan, I was like, man, I thought I had a break today. You know, I had a break with this woman. But yes, Alice is my Chinese twin. As you can see, I am also Asian. We share eye makeup secrets, you know. And yeah, we're just trying to figure out how to open them when we smile, right? But first of all, Alice and I met in Toastmasters as well, and there's a lot of Toastmasters in this room. And my background, if you guys want to know, I probably am Asian. I've got a finance degree, right? So we like numbers and things like that. But I played basketball for George Mason University. Any athletes in here? Yeah? No stuff? I heard somebody say that Asians weren't athletes. Ditch that out the window. Okay. Right? But I played basketball for George Mason University, and while sports gave me a lot of confidence, one thing that my coaches have always taught me is 2 skills that will help you be very successful in life. One, the ability to write well. And guess what the second one is? Speaking. Speak well. If you can write well and you can speak well, that will carry you further than almost any other skill. So what you guys are picking up here is invaluable. Come to Alice's coaching, do the crazy exercises that she gives you, stay up all night and do the 3 speeches that I want to say someone did. Last night Lucy did to get to the finish line. Where's Lucy? High five, Lucy. Good job. I high five a lot. Do everything possible to become an excellent public speaker because it will carry you forward in your careers. Whatever it is that you dream, when you can get up and speak in front of a group of people and always remember to give eye contact, always remember to speak from your belly, right, instead of your throat. Always remember to relate to people and bring a lot of energy when you're speaking. You allow people to see who you are. If you can't communicate your ideas and your dreams, they're going to stay right inside you. So once again, work on writing well and speak well. One more time, write well and speak well. Thank you.
All right, so do we have our final counts yet? Yes. And I also want to recognize the parents, the volunteers to make all this happen. That will be, please bring up, let's see, Sherry Lin, Yin Yan, and Melody, please come up to the front. Here today. These are the hosting families. They hosted for our speech classes, and these are super women. Trust me. You met them one day, the second day they said, "Oh, we're all ready. Just come on." So I want to thank you, each one of you, for all your generosity by opening your homes and organizing. It's very inconvenient sometimes for you. So I got a book from Mr. Saddleson called The Attitude Check. So every day you check your attitude. Thank you, dear. All right. And I also have other volunteers. Jimei, please come up here. Jimei, let's see, contest coordinator Lydia Stone, Hannah Lei, and then Jimei Xiao. Yes, okay, I know. I'm not going to let go anybody. All right, so same thing. These are the ladies who help us set up, Sherry too, set up the room, get the camera going, you know, just get us ready. So I appreciate it for each one of you for your help. And an attitude check. So every day you check your attitude before you scream at your precious children. Thank you. I also like to thank our chief judge, Coach Mike. All right, Coach Mike. Put hands together for Coach Mike. Drink your attitude drink and put on your attitude shirt and have an attitude. All right, thank you. And I have the judges, the gift for all the judges. That'd be Susan, Steve, and Toni, Clarence, Paulette, Jenny, all the judges, please step forward.
We're just hanging out back here, right?
Hanging out. All right. Thank you. Big round of applause for our judges. I'm sure it's a lot of work to judge. It's tough to judge today. So thank you so much, Tricia, for helping out, and Edmund, thank you, Toni. So, all right, for both of you. All right, Jenny. Attitude check. All right, Sue and Steve. All right, Paulette, dear Paulette, all the way from DC.
This is my Chinese sister.
All right, here's our judges. Next speech will be, everyone in the world wants to be Chinese. Okay, did I miss anybody? Got it, everybody? Contest? Okay. If I missed you, please come here afterwards, okay? I got a book for you. Okay, now, drum roll. Let's see what our winners are.
So everyone close in 15 minutes.
15 minutes.